We begin with our first session of the day with Rasesh Parekh, who is the founder, proprietor of Integrated Entertainment Solutions, and will be joining us on stage today. He will explore the evolution of intelligent lighting and share insights on the latest trends, technologies, and best practices in lighting.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, a big thank you for being here, for your valuable time. The topic today is intelligent lighting, evolutions, trends, technologies, and best practices, as you know. Before we begin, I would like a disclaimer so you don't blame me for what you're about to be heard. Yes, if I don't live up to it, you know why. What is intelligent lighting? We started this company, Integrated Entertainment Solutions, 29 years ago, and that was when intelligent lighting was introduced. When you say intelligent lighting, it's a very vast field, and I'm going to stick to our industry, which is the entertainment industry, where we applied intelligent lighting to fixtures, lighting fixtures, to control them. Before we begin, I'm going to do a KYS on you, which is knowing your speaker. I'm Rasesh Parekh, founder proprietor, as I've been introduced. With a degree of master's in biomedical engineering. I returned to India to pursue the Indian dream, and much before the startup culture ever came to India. Started this light and sound journey in 1996 on a boat trip to Alibag, where I was exploring different projects from shrimp farming to papain extraction from plants, from papaya, and such other projects. Our first foray was being a distributor for high-end systems from Texas, Austin, and our first break was doing lighting, or sponsoring lighting for Mr. Bachchan's Miss World in Bangalore. And I have, luckily, a slide to show you of what it was back then from Miss World in 1996. So nearly 30 years of intelligent lighting. And like I said, the most intriguing question was, what is intelligent light back then? So essentially, you have lights which have control. Let me get to that slide. There are four primary aspects which I'll stick to for today's presentation. One is your light source, an optical train, how do you control it, and your power supply. Coming to the light source, primarily the heart of any innovation in this field will lie at what is your source of light. Most of the lamps that we've used today have originated starting from 1800s to today. And in some of the important criteria that were there for light was the lamp life, the power consumption, heat dissipation, and cost. Cost always being a factor even back then and even today. What were the light sources that were used? It was incandescent, halogen, fluorescent, metal halides. The light sources that I'm mentioning here are the ones which are used for intelligent lights, which is MSD, MSR. I can read them all out to you. The plasma lamp or the sulfur lamp. And latest is the LED, which has been the biggest game changer in lamp and lighting technology, so as to say, in our times. LED lamp completely opened a new dimension in intelligent lighting. The challenge of control as the number of lights increased dramatically. I'll come back to that in a later in terms of what control was about and is about and how it has changed dramatically. Within the LED light itself, we have multispectral light, LED white source, multi-source, and now we have got transferable engines. So literally from a single lamp source all the way to multispectral transferable LED engines. So that has been a big evolution in the lamp technology to begin with. Coming to the optical train. After the lamp comes the optical path that the light goes through before it emerges. And this optical train is where all the magic happens that we are seeing in the intelligent lights, whether it's color wheels, CMI flags with different kind of color mixing, multifaceted prisms, static and rotating gobos, and so on. Every year we see more innovations, more features that are included within the optical train, which ultimately changes the result. So optical train and control over it is what gives the lighting designers the ability to leash their creativity and paint with light, so as to say. We now move on to control. To control lights, we have various protocols. These are the languages that light, the hardware and the software speak to each other, so as to say. We've gone from analog dimmer packs and rotary rheostats to digital control. And intelligent lighting control has got a number of protocols, out of which the most popular, I think, is the DMX512. But having said that, I've listed over here a bunch of different protocols where you have from streaming ACN, remote device management, CRMX being the wireless DMX technology, to proprietary protocols from companies that manufacture, for example, MANet or radar from Matrix, which is a large-scale application for LEDs. And finally, you have GDMF, which is a new protocol which allows all lights across the platform to have some common format in order for them to function with ease. So what controls the control parameters? The number of control parameters will decide the number of channels that are required. So initially, when we started, we had a very few number of channels, and what you're seeing are consoles or lighting desks which were used in yesteryears, which we sold. Now, for example, there's Q Commander from a UK-based company, which had 256 channels. On an average, a light would, at that point in time, take 13, 14 channels. So 256 was a great number. We were really overjoyed when this upgrade went up to 512 channels, thinking, oh wow, it kind of doubled. Now to put that into perspective, today, lighting desks, I have gone from that, I'm going to go back again, from this to something like this, where they're controlling thousands of channels. Again, to put it into perspective, on LED control, we are able to do up to 2,048 universes, one universe being 512 channels. So we are talking 1 million plus channels. So I hope you appreciate, from 256 channels, now we are up to 1 million channels, which tells you the complete evolution path the control systems have taken. Not only it is about channels, but also ability to mix and work with different platforms. So here's an example of where we are talking about light LEDs, videos, moving lights, special effects, everything can be integrated in one single console. And I think the next step would be the automation or AI, which I'll get back later in the presentation to you. With evolution of the technology of the lamp, of the optical train, the control, power supply is also a very important part of the evolution process, where we initially had magnetic ballasts, we moved on to electronic ballasts, the fixtures have changed, the lamps have changed, the power consumption has changed, it's got greener, if I may say so. And LEDs, with LEDs actually being the game changer, you can see that power consumption has gone down, but we have got more versatility with the fixtures. And in this, I wanted to point out, as I mentioned over here, an example of a moving light which has LED as a light source. It's a moving projector, moving head projector with digital gobos and pictures and videos with a multimedia server built in. So from a simple moving light with a discharge lamp, we've gone to LED with media servers built in. Back to the power evolution of power supply, what I've shown here is essentially a magnetic ballast with a projector which weighs hundreds of kgs, which was, and again, another magnetic ballast. And this is one of the latest lights from one of the manufacturers, where all of this is combined into one, and this is a 500-watt laser lamp source with magnesium alloy casting. So as you see, the evolution of power supply also is a very important chain in the intelligent lighting fixture industry. As evolution in technology takes place, so does its application and then the verticals that come with it. When we started, at that point in time, it was purely a rental industry or high-end clubs, yes, events, but again, it was very, very limited to a certain sector. People from the industry will, point out that yes, it was a small industry, and limited to a certain area. Now I think looking at the success of Palm Expo and the people that we meet, we realize we've really gone wide with so many new verticals. Entertainment, of course, it remains there. You have clubs, bars, restaurant, lounges, sporting events, which were unheard of at that point in time and now so big. Architecture and infrastructural applications. So as I'm talking about the evolution of technology and now its application, rental market has grown. Movie industry, television, film studios, and the lot. I was asked to speak about technology and trends. I was kind of confused because they both actually go in hand. And what I'm talking about here is mainly with the lighting and the entertainment industry. But really, this change in lamp, power supply, all has affected in commercial and residential AV applications and other various non-entertainment sectors as well. But the fact is that it is growing in every sector, and intelligent lighting is here to stay. So I'm going to point out a few of the new technologies or trends or what you can expect. Some of them already there, some of them are work in progress. So transferable LED engine is something that I mentioned earlier, is one of them. IP65 and IP66 fixtures for outdoor use. We've had situations where we are covering them with plastic and all of that. Now we are looking at fixtures which can be in outdoors completely, in all sorts of environments, with ingress progression values high enough for dust, rainstorms, you name it. These were limited to architectural lighting fixtures for a long time. But now they've moved into the moving light industry, and that is completely a game changer again for everybody. Currently, the costs remain a bit on the higher side, but it's a question of time and scale where it comes down and it becomes a standard. This is a big one for the rental industry because from whether it's dust conditions or weather, we've suffered a lot, and I think this can really be a very helpful feature. The other features which are more important to lighting designers, such as hotspot lenses for LED profiles. You have got high resolution. LED always had an issue with linearity of the dimming curves, which all lighting designers at some point had the complaint that it was not what a tungsten lamp could do. But now I think they've achieved that with different linearity curves with different fixtures. You also have lighting which is now adjusted for 8K, 4K, the high definition shoots, and you have adjustments for that as well. So the light has really got intelligent to a point where it can cope up with the movie industry with high-speed cameras and corrections. Display technology has gone way ahead. You have the near-field communication technology, which obviously is something that comes from another area, but now is applicable where we are able to do a lot with the light without even having to connect to it. You have dedicated Ethernet protocols. You have wireless CMX technology. Now that is again another game changer which I feel for people who are old enough to understand that we had a modem which we used with computers at one point in time. It was an external device. Then we got an internal modem which was a PCB card, and then it became a chip. You cannot now buy a computer without saying that I don't want a modem or internet on it. Similarly, I think the lighting industry also is going through this transformation where we have wireless DMX, which was a box, then it became a PCB, now it's a chip, and it's an onboard chip with. So I think almost any manufacturer of repute today has wireless DMX technology as an option available, which will become a standard. What does that mean in terms of for a company that uses these fixtures or for any projects or whatever it is? You do not need data cables. You don't need, so as to say, with RDM, you can monitor the light remotely from different locations as long as you have got internet and you're connected to the light. So that, right from events all the way to architectural installations, it completely changes the character of how you're going to approach a design. Again, back to that in a little while. E-Pass, again, another technology which is very important when you have certain fixtures which have failed or they don't go through. The E-Pass allows that fixture connectivity still remains in case of no power. Again, moisture temperature, again with IP65, there are systems which will manage the humidity, the temperature, pressure control, all with active monitoring within the system itself. Truly intelligent, because this is unheard of, that how you were able to do all of that. And especially when fixtures are IP65, it's impossible to open them at site and be able to do anything with them. Again, technology changes in bits and pieces with lens coating. We don't face that much over here in this part of the world, but polar technology, which makes sure that there's an internal temperature that's maintained within the fixture, which will ensure that the fixtures will operate when called upon. You have motion positioning systems, which are important in stage and theatrical applications, where they will calibrate while they are static. You have dual CIM color mixing wheels, which allow you far greater color temperature values with more finesse. Optical locking systems, which allow reduction of level of the airborne particles, which are, again, a part of maintenance. Quantum LEDs and quantum dots, again, with organic light emitting diodes. We have not yet seen that, but I'm pretty sure we will see that soon in our lighting fixtures as well. Another one is an electronic motion stabilizer. Moving lights bring with them, imagine a rig with having 100 lights and all of them moving. The kinetic energy that's generated, and when they move, with an electronic motion system, not only the stability, but also the fact that you are getting the light at the right spot without all the vibrations. And this also, again, I think originates from like a noise cancellation, but on a physical or a mechanical level. Having said that, where are these applied? In various locations, right? So I have a few images to show you, because pictures, I think, speak more than words here. So from large-scale mapping, from static projections to large-scale video mapping, you're looking at different sky trackers, which are now able to light up the cloud, which again, or writing with lasers into the clouds. Really, the intelligence is now actually in the hands of the human being behind it, because fixtures have really gone to a point where you're able to do a lot with them. Different industries pictures were presented, from architectural to events to rock concerts. Again, I'm showcasing a installation which is pride of Mumbai right now. It's a classic example of intelligent lighting. Trends, I think there was an overlap in the technology and trends. Sorry about the pause. So coming back to, sorry about the pause. So when you're talking about trends, again, I've spoken about a few, they were overlapping, so we're going to move ahead on that. I would like to quickly showcase to you what intelligent lighting can do with the right hardware, the software. we're short on time, so I'm going to move ahead. Coming back to trends, augmented reality also is soon going to be a part of this, or it already is. Surprisingly, when I said, what's the future? And it was surprising to see that I did come across, I thought that AI and machine learning would be a part of our industry in the near future or in the future. But I did come across a video which I would like to share with you.
打开1到20号灯。红
It's
色给
already
一
here.
个，再给个青色，集中到一个点。摆成一条线。好，摆成一条线了。摆成一个圆形。好，把它存下来，存到5号推杆。好，存到5号推杆了，然后清除掉，拉掉5号推杆，打开5号推杆，小弟手。
So as you can see, it's already here. And it's just a question of time as it learns more and more and gets smarter and smarter. And I think it's a great thing because I know lighting designers who have really trouble with the operators telling them what to do, how to do. And I think this, again, could be a game changer in our field. Coming back to the end note of this, where sustainability, energy efficiency is also an important part, coming back to the best practices, I believe light is an art form. And all technology that in the world that is only good as the application that it enables. It should be user-friendly and lend itself to the creativity of the user. Having said that, we would like to build it around this technology, around the environment which complements it and adds value without overwhelming it. Importance of design, I cannot understate, where we would like it to be project and application-centric with specifications using the latest developments. Global warming and climate change we talk about a lot, but yes, we do contribute from our industry, and I think with the move towards LED versus lamps versus the economics is a very important part. Also on an environmental basis, light pollution, which affects our biorhythms, environment, birds, plants, is an important factor that should be considered in our best practices. Safety, again, we get routinely videos of things that have gone wrong, and I think I cannot state enough emphasis on the safety factor that should be looked upon. Again, solar and LED is a very win-win combination, and I think one needs to look at how it could be incorporated in our industry, especially for events. And last but not the least is the India-centric solutions for your practices. Having said that, thank you everybody. Would like to end this conversation with saying that this has been a wonderful journey for me so far. And I've had the opportunity to work with amazing people inside and outside of this industry. I've been blessed to work on things that I love, and this could not be haven't been possible without the support of the company, the team, and family as well. So last but not the least, I'd like to thank my family, my wife Meenal, my daughter Anushka, my father, and the family for their unrelenting support. So I end this note on this. You've been a very patient audience. Thank you so much.